What's up guys, Colucci back with another guide. So this time I'll be showing Xayah, one of my most favorite champions lately. Despite of her low win rate, she is still very strong, so don't be deceived by that. Here are the topics I will talk about today. There are timestamps in the description, so feel free to skip to the part you want to know. Xayah is a hyper carry who excels at dealing a lot of damage the longer the game progresses. She also has a strong early to mid game, thanks to her burst. For an AD carry, she has a lot of AoE damage, which really helps in teamfights to melt all the enemies down. You thought that was all? Nope. This emo girl also has some sick self-healing skills, which I'll explain later on. For runes, I take basically the rune page. You could even go for some more attack speed on her, since it really helps you to get the feathers out faster. But since we'll be building a good amount of attack speed anyway, with her item build, I'd recommend you to keep the rune page as it is. For masteries, they are almost all the same. You can change a few things according to your own playstyle. That might be either aggressive or defensive. I'll show both of them now. This one is made if you're confident enough in your Xayah. You trade sustain for damage, so be careful. This mastery page is meant if you're starting to pick her up. It will give you more sustain, you'll survive the laning phase better. For items, there are multiple ways to build her, and it all depends on how you are doing and what the enemy has. I will try to explain this as best as possible, without confusing you guys. So my favorite build would be to rush 2 attack speed items after Essence Reaver, since this gives you a fuck ton of feathers very fast and also a good kite potential. But I only recommend this build if you're winning lane, because you lack base damage with this build, but you make that up by hitting more often. Makes sense, right? But when you're losing, the enemies often have defensive items or you're not able to hit them as much as you want, since you'll have to respect them. In that case, go for this build. Essence Reaver into Phantom Dancer into either Vampiric if they lifesteal is needed, or get Infinity Ash for them crits. This gives a good amount of DPS and burst. Finish the build according to the game. For example, if they have assassins, take Guardian's Angel. If they have tanks with Thornmail, take Bloodthirster or even Death's Dance. I'll show you some of the desired end builds now. You want to max your skills in this order: E, W, Q, R. Your Q is basically useless. It doesn't deal a lot of damage. All you need it for is the fast feather stacks. Your E is your main damaging ability and kiting ability, so max this one first. After your burst, you need something to fall back on, and that will be your W. This will provide a nice attack speed steroid and extra damage, and obviously max your ult whenever you can. Her passive, Clean Cuts. After Xayah uses an ability, she'll get 3 feather stacks. She can hold up to 5 stacks at a time. Therefore, never use 2 skills in a row, because she can't hold 6 feathers. Use a skill, then auto attack once, and then press your second skill. This way you make optimal use of your passive. When she has these stacks, her auto attacks go through everything along their path. The first target hit will receive 100% damage and the rest 50%. These feathers will stay on the ground for 6 seconds. Her Q, Double Daggers. Xayah throws 2 daggers in the target direction. The skill is mostly used as a quick way of stacking feathers. It doesn't deal a good amount of damage, but it gives a total of 5 stacks, including the passive. Her W, Deadly Plumage. For 4 seconds long, Xayah deals extra bonus damage with her auto attacks, and gains a good amount of attack speed. When she hits an enemy, she also gains 30% movement speed for 1.5 seconds. Her E, Blade Caller. This is Xayah's #1 damaging ability in my opinion. I won't go into detail on how much damage each feather will do, but believe me, once you have around 4 to 5 feathers and they all hit one champion, you'll be surprised in how much damage this skill does. Always try to at least get 3 feathers to hit for the root. Also, you can hit multiple enemies with this skill, so try to position in such a manner that you can hit as many people as possible. Xayah jumps in the air, making her untargetable, and throws 5 feathers in the direction she faces. This skill is perfect to dodge skills or CC from the enemies. You can't jump over walls, so don't even try. I did and died. In the team fighting part, I'll show you why this ult is so good. Let's talk about matchups. These are stats I searched up on a website. I did not make these up, so they are most likely legit. Also, I agree with the most part. Twitch will outrange you with his ult, and since you do not have any mobility, you can't reach him. Miss Fortune is always on a safe distance and will poke hard in lane. Draven has more damage than you, and Kate is just a bitch. Therefore, try to play around your team when facing against these champions. Don't just fight them head on. Ezreal, Ashe, Varus all have an ultimate that may be a decisive factor in either winning or losing. And when you can dodge that, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. So, I will now show some gameplay from the laning phase, and you can see why E is such a good ability. You can catch people off guard and snare them, making them an easy target to chain CC. In the second clip, you can see why Xayah is good at chaining after your teammate gets to lock a champion down. Immediately after Alistar does his combo, I throw my feathers in the direction which Varus can escape in. Once I have 3 to 4 feathers and he's in my line, I press E for an easy kill. In the third clip, the same thing happens. Thresh gets a hook on Draven and I follow up. Since Draven ran away, I stopped chasing for a moment to switch on Blitzcrank. Then, when Draven decides to keep fighting, I switch my focus once again on him. They both escape, but we manage to kill them later on in a tower dive. Here you can see how good Xayah can punish melee champions if they do not respect your emo playstyle. Leona goes in on Thresh and I immediately punish her for it by rooting and killing her. That was it for the laning phase. Now I'll be talking about teamfighting. Here I'll elaborate how to teamfight with Xayah. Leona got mad since I killed her under her tower before, so she tries to lock me down. Which would have worked if I wasn't for my ult and Thrysis Lantern. Unfortunately for her, I do have those. After I escape, I play safe. Since I'm not that healthy anymore, I keep my distance and attack whoever dares to come in my no-no zone. After some kiting, I managed to get a Quadra, which is nice. Here's a little trick you can use. In this teamfight, they dive us and I can deal damage freely. Talon escapes with 1 HP, and since I'm not in range, I decide to attack Blitzcrank with my passive, so the dagger reaches Talon and kills him. After that, it's just a matter of cleaning up the rest. We all know a Darius which doesn't respect AD carries, right? Well, here is one, and in such cases you have to force respect into them. I ult his ult, then immediately after I flash down and press E to get the root on both of them. It was at this moment that Darius knew. He fucked up. After that we chase him down and kill him. This will be my last clip. If I played this a little bit better, I could have aced them, but unfortunately I made mistakes and end up dying. But nonetheless, it was a nice teamfight. Position is key and kiting as well, so enjoy. Thank you guys for watching my Xayah guide. I hope it was useful. Let me know in the comments below. I haven't done this in quite a while, so yeah, I need to get used at making guides again. Yeah, let me know what you want to see next, which AD carry. Please don't talk about Twitch because I fucking hate him. But yeah, anything besides Twitch is welcome. So catch you guys next time.